Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your boy Mobs hosting for you again today, and I'm gonna show you another spin-off on one of my FPL videos. This is gonna be the FPL Darkhorses of the 2020-21 FPL season. So guys, as you can see, my team looks quite different from my previous video, and that's just to show you that these are some of the players that I feel like could get high scoring points or could be one of them players that go into our teams at any point in the season. This could be at the beginning, the middle, or towards the end and score high scoring points and everyone get rushes to get them in. So these are the players I'm predicting to do exactly those things. Firstly, I'm going to start with Nyland. He's Aston Villa's goalkeeper. We know Aston Villa were close to getting relegated last season and didn't really have the best start to the season as they just finished, I think they finished 17th, I think. They just avoided relegation. But going by reports and everything that I've heard that Pepe Reina has joined Lazio on a free from AC Milan. So I'm guessing Aston Villa haven't got a replacement. And as you can see, the other keeper in my team is Ramsdale, and he's gone and joined his previous team, Sheffield. So Nyland, the reason I've got Nyland's cheap. I feel like Aston Villa, towards the end of the restart, because they were in danger, they managed to defend much better than they did in the first half of the season. And I feel like if their manager can have them defending like they did towards the restart, they could possibly get more clean sheets this season. So I'm going with Nyland. I feel like Villa could possibly keep a couple clean sheets if they've learned a thing or two from last season and try not to get relegated. I feel like it's definitely a shout for Nyland. And then my second goalkeeper, I've gone to Ramsdale, the new Sheffield keeper. As we know, they don't have Dean Henderson anymore. He was such a beast last season, but we've got Ramsdale. Sheffield, their structure, their five at the back structure is really good. It knows how to handle the top six teams. It knows how to handle the bottom teams. It's really good. They surprised all of us last season, and that's why we jumped on the Lundstrom train pretty quick. So I'm going for Ramsdale. I think Sheffield are going to be just as tight this season, and I feel like just to get him in at a good price of 5.0, we've got a couple keepers around that price who don't really look appealing. I feel like we should go for what we know and stick with Sheffield, and Ramsdale could possibly get some save points and a clean sheet and a couple clean sheets. My first defender I've gone for is Kieran Tierney. Tierney I've gone for because I've mentioned it in my previous videos, I'm an Arsenal fan. Tierney, he passes the eye test. He literally has the potential to be Robertson. And obviously the stats may not back him up right now, but Tierney only started 15 times for Arsenal last season because he suffered an injury throughout the whole time. But within them 15 starts, he managed to keep four or five clean sheets and managed to get 1 goal, 1 assist, which came in the last day against Watford, obviously. But going with my prediction, going against what everyone thinks about the Liverpool defenders, etc., I think Mikel Arteta is going to make Arsenal's defence much better. He's going to have them much tighter against top teams and stop them conceding against little teams. He's going to get rid of all the mistakes alongside Saliba, Bellerin, and maybe David Luiz. And I feel like Tierney is the most attacking threat out of all the defenders in that Arsenal back line. And I feel like if you've been watching, Tierney has a good link up with Aubameyang. I think there's potential for a little link up there, a couple points and assists, and Tierney could possibly get the most bonus points for an Arsenal player besides Aubameyang this season. So that's my reason for Tierney. My second defender, I've gone for New Boys Leeds. I've gone for Eiling. I've watched him a couple times last season. He's pretty good, I can't lie. He kind of reminds me of Doherty. He's in and around the box. He makes bombing runs down the right-hand side. And he finished the season with 4 goals and 5 assists for Leeds last season. Leeds were had the best defence in the Championship, where, as we know, they won the Championship last season. So Ayling, he could be an attacking threat, and he could also be a defensive threat. And with Leeds having Bielsa in their team, when I saw Bielsa play against Arsenal, the first half the Leeds had against Arsenal, Leeds completely dominated and bossed Arsenal. If Leeds can have that same approach in the Premier League, I guarantee you guys, 10 times out of 10, Leeds' defence, Ayling or Dallas, are going to be very, very key to our teams. They're going to be practically the new Lundstrom to us. I promise you guys. So I'm putting my bet on Ayling to be a very good asset and a dark horse this season. And the third one kind of goes for the same as Ayling, another Leeds defender, Dallas. But the difference between Ayling and Dallas is that Bielsa sometimes prefers to play Dallas in the left-sided side of the centre midfield role. And he's gotten pretty good numbers. And that's just like we saw with Lundstrom last season. A defender playing in the midfield is practically a blessing for us. So Dallas got 5 goals and 3 assists last season in the Championship, which was pretty decent, which is not even decent. That's amazing. If he can transfer that into the Premier League season and Leeds are good defensively, we're going to be in for a good time, guys, with Ayling and Dallas. We're going to rake up quick points. We're going to be able to jump on it before everyone else jumps on it, and we could be there. The fourth defender I've gone for, is João Cancello. Man City, I just feel like they're hungry for vengeance this season. They're not going to let Liverpool just take the league like last season. I think it's going to be a back and forth race. And I feel like Cancello, he could be key. If he can nail down a starting role in that team, whether it be left back or right back, he could be key to Man City. And with Man City signing Ake, possibly being a backup for Laporte, or maybe Pep just decides to play them both together. And magically, we have an amazing Man City defence who keeps clean sheets and who have attacking threats down their fullbacks, wings. So I'm going off Cancello. In the 18-19 season, where he played for Juventus, he managed to get 1 goal, 1 assist. Even though that may not seem like a lot, Cancello was known for bombing down the wings, crossing in to Ronaldo, getting in headers and everything. He was pretty much known as a right winger. He outperformed the likes of Bernardeschi and Cuadrado. He was pretty much their right winger and right back. So for FPL, I feel like at a price of 5.5, getting a Man City defender who's attacking, who could get a goal on an assist, could be really, really good. So that's my reasoning for Cancello. My 5th defender that I feel like could be a dark horse could be Eric Dyer. I know he's one of Jose Mourinho's favourites. I know Tottenham are getting used to Mourinho's style slowly. Towards the end of the season, we saw that they're still a bit leaky, but within pre-season and maybe the new season, I'm going to gamble on Tottenham just fixing up their defence a bit more. As we know, they've lost Jan Vertonghen to Benfica. We know Tottenham, I don't know if he's planning to put Sessegnon back in left back, but whether or not he's planning to do that, they've got Davis, Dyer, Alderweireld and Aurier in the defence. It may not seem the most solid defence on paper. In fact, it's not the most solid defence on paper, but it could possibly help. And I think Dyer is going to be key to that defence. I feel like he's going to be the number 1 starter in the Tottenham defence every single time. And if Tottenham manage to keep some clean sheets with Lloris behind them, it's a possibility he could rack up a couple 6 points and maybe get in with the odd header. And I know you guys remember in 2014, I think, correct me if so, or 2016, in the Euros, where Dyer scored a banging free kick against Russia. From my knowledge, I know Tottenham don't have any free kick takers. Kane, just because Kane is the best shooter and striker of the ball, he decides to go on free kicks. If Eric Dyer somehow discovers his free kick forms and gets his hand on a couple free kicks, who knows? He may start being on set pieces and score a couple and maybe a worthy FPL asset. So that's my reason for Dyer. Couple clean sheets, maybe a goal. Who knows? My first midfielder I've gone for is Pepe. Pepe, we all know he had a quite disappointing season last season. He finished somewhere with like 5 goals, 4 assists or something. I know he's Arsenal's top signing, but I feel like this season he could come to life. With the signing of Willian and Aubameyang possibly signing a new contract, and I feel like Pepe could well gel into this team this season. I feel like this could be a season where he cements his place in the Arsenal squad. He gets used to the way the league runs. He makes quicker decisions. He's more snappy, and he's more looking goal bound. I feel like Pepe could be the one. Coming in at 8 million, he's a very good price at a very good price point. So he's much cheaper than Aubameyang. He comes in around the likes of Ziyech's prices. He's cheaper than most of the great midfielders like Bruno Fernandes, KDB, Sterling, etc. So I'm gonna give a punt and say Pepe is gonna be a dark horse this season. My second midfielder I've gone for is Leonardo Trusod. I'm just guessing of what I saw last season. I saw a few glimpses of Trossard last season where I thought, oh my days, this guy's an absolute baller. I was thinking, like, even against City and Liverpool at them restart games, I know a couple of you may not remember, but Trossard was looking dangerous. He had a couple chances, but he unfortunately skied them or he had them saved. He even had one against Manchester United. I feel like Trossard could be really key to Brighton this season, especially if the manager decides to constantly start him and not take him out the team, remove him, but just have him in that team permanently. So a dark horse from the Brighton team, it's got to be Trossard. My third dark horse I've gone for is Nathan Redman. He's really weird, because whenever you watch him, I've watched him over the last couple of years, especially on Match of the Day. Redman, he's always involved in the goal. He's always involved in the game. Always involved in the game. Somehow, some way, he's always involved. And I just feel like he could assist Ings or Che Adams a couple times this season, and he might have a goal in him. And the way he plays, everything revolves around Southampton. So I feel like he could be a really, really good dark horse this season. The fourth midfielder I've gone for is Bergeron, who I believe had 14 starts this season, 1 assist and 4 goals. And them goals came against the likes of Manchester United, Man City, and I think Chelsea maybe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he looked like a really dangerous player. Coming in at the price of 7.5, if he can solidify his place in a Mourinho squad alongside Kane, Ali, and Son, I feel like the limits are pretty much, there's no limits to his capability. I feel like Bergeron just needs to get a good run in the team, settle in the team, let him solidify his place as the right winger over Lucas Moura, and he could be in for a great shot and be a brilliant FPL asset to us this season. The fifth FPL dark horse I'm going for is Jarrod Bowen. Joined West Ham in January. He's looked like a gem ever since, especially after restart. And I believe in 20 starts, he's managed 1 goal, 4 assists. And he's been looking really dangerous. Him and Antonio have a really good link up. I know the first couple game weeks, West Ham's fixtures look like hell. But oh my days, whenever I see Bowen play, I just feel like he's going to create something. He's going to do something for West Ham. I feel like he's West Ham's main outlet. You know how the rest of the other teams, their outlets come from the fullbacks or some of the top wingers. I feel like Bowen is West Ham's only outlet, and I feel like he's an amazing asset. He's a dark horse that's been overlooked. He's going to be overlooked by everyone, probably even me for the first couple of weeks because of their fixtures. But when West Ham's fixtures start to brighten up, just keep an eye out and remember this video. I guarantee you, I have Bowen in my side one way or another. He just looks phenomenal. And for my first striker, I've gone for Richarlison, who finished the previous season with 13 goals, 3 assists. Richarlison, we already know, he gets better and better every single season. I just feel like he's a fox in the box. He's there when you need him. He's there for all them scrappy goals that you need in FPL, especially for strikers. You need points to rack up. So Richarlison's there. He always gets the jammy goal, and I feel like he's just worth it. If Ancelotti can have Everton playing better football and can fix up their midfield and switch away from the 4-2-3-4-4-2 system, I feel like Richarlison could be a great asset for the price of 8 million. If he switches up maybe to a 4-2-3-1 and has Richarlison on the left or right and gets Everton playing some good football, I feel like Richarlison could be well worth it. I promise you guys. So he's another dark horse that I believe could be an amazing asset in the FPL season this season. The second striker I've gone for is Ryan Brewster. Obviously, ignore him playing for Liverpool. I wouldn't waste a Liverpool slot on Ryan Brewster. Please ignore that, guys. Trust me, I'm not that stupid. So I'm gambling on him with the links, with him going to West Bromwich Albion on loan for the season, because he had a phenomenal season at Swansea out on loan last season in the Championship. I think he managed to get around like 13 goals, somewhere near Bamford, who pretty much played the whole season for Leeds, who finished first. He managed to nearly get close to his amount of goals. So gambling on the fact that Ryan Brewster could go to West Bromwich Albion, he could be our new Mason Greenwood this season for the price of 4.5. And he could be starting every week. Oh, that could be a tasty little asset, a tasty little dark horse to have this season. So, but if not Ryan Brewster, I'd go with my guy Che Adams. He's been in excellent form since the restart, showing promising signs. He could be worth the price. He's 2 million less than Danny Ings, could possibly be starting every game and has a goal in him every time. My third striker, I've gone for Martial. Even though he may not really be a dark horse, I'm just going to call him a dark horse now because of the ownership changing, because of Man United not playing the first game week and Werner obviously playing and coming to the league, coming off 28 goals in a Bundesliga season. I'm going for Martial. Martial finished the season amazingly. Everyone had him in their restart teams. Everyone knows what he's about. He even proved it in the Europa League. Even though he missed many, many chances, he's well worth his price. So Martial finished last season with 17 Premier League goals and 7 assists, which is a combined number of 24 goal contributions, which is phenomenal for a striker. Strikers usually don't get on the assist books, but Martial is coming like he can do both. And with Bruno, Greenwood, Pogba, and Rashford behind him, I feel like Martial should definitely be having a 20-goal season. So once United come back in, we see what's going on. If Werner's not hitting off straight away, me personally, I'll be switching to Martial straight away, probably in my first or second transfer, and it'll be a set and forget. I'm an Arsenal fan, but I have total faith in Martial to pretty much reach 20 goals. If he doesn't reach 20 goals, I'll be pretty disappointed. So here you go, guys. This is my FPL Dark Horse team of the season, and I feel like these players could perform. If you believe in me and you trust me, you trust your boy Mobs, give me a follow on Twitter in the description at FPL Mogul. Give me a follow. I'll follow you back. Drop a comment, give a like, give me some feedback, and let's get going, baby. Thank you.